Stream should be live, but it's not showing on my other monitor there for the Twitch stream, so I'm just making sure that it's there. Oh, there we are. Hello everyone, welcome to the DDO stream. This is Shikaijo, and this is the DDO stream, and Shikaijo Explores DDO on Saturday nights. I am on Wayfinder server with my paladin, Shikaijo. This is him. His lovely Reaper plate. It was called Reaper plate. Yes, Reaper's plate mail armor. The cosmetic from the Night Revels. And I don't have my friends who normally join me tonight, so I have a few quests that I'm going to solo. Most of what I have planned tonight is free-to-play quests. And I'm going to start with one that I have traditionally found very, very difficult, and I often skip. But I have built up my enhancement tree, a specific one, the Knight of the Chalice, and taken this lovely little thing where I'm immune to energy drain. And I'm going to take on a bunch of beholders and let them try to energy drain me, and they won't be able to. And I'm going to enjoy watching them try. I'm going to talk to Guard Branson here. He's going to tell me that, hey, there's some invasion going on down in the sewers, and I'm going to tackle that. So again, free-to-play quest, this one. It's a nasty little quest, too. If you're doing this one, you want Death Ward, absolute minimum on your items. Like this one here, I've got on my... No, it's not my belt. One of my items, I'm sure, has Death Ward on it. I'm not going to go hunting for it. For some reason, I thought it was my belt on this character. But I am immune to energy drain as a paladin. But make sure you have Death Ward. Or Death Block, rather. Death Block, that's the easy one to get. Death Ward, which is a spell, is going to be just taken off as anti-magic. So have someone with you who can cast Restoration or Greater Restoration to fix those negative levels that you're going to have almost assuredly hit you. Because that's something that's going to hurt. And while I want to do a bunch of buffs, like I'd love to, start doing a bunch of things and some resistances, it's in the long run, it's not going to really matter, because they're just going to suck them all off of the beholders when I get there. Now, we're in the sewers. It's going to look familiar. It's going to look like Waterworks. It's very similar to the Waterworks area. And I'm trying to go from memory here. I think this is a good way to start, direction-wise. A lot of outsiders here. As you can see already, getting yellow numbers. There's damage reduction going on. And beholders. Being able to heal yourself is also going to be nice. My lay on hands is nice because I can do that regardless of the anti-magic that the beholders have. And they're my favorite things to kill, these guys. I absolutely love killing beholders. I hate beholders, and I love them. It's a win-win dealing with them. Rare kills. Ouch. They're nasty. I'm even using a weapon that's got good effect on it, so it's a good weapon. But I think I need Cold Iron too to get through some of this damage reduction. Or Baishik. Wow. I brought a hireling along just in case of an emergency where I'm dead. I can summon him to raise me. I didn't bring him to have him travel with me to heal me as I go, because he's not going to be able to stay alive. There's just no way. He would get energy drained and killed so fast. I don't think he'd be able to stay alive. This is one of the quests where you kind of have to go everywhere in it. You've got to track down all the beholders. There's particular elder beholders that need to be dealt with. Like this is an elder beholder as opposed to one of the regular ones I've already been killing. And they must be killed. Lay on hands. I've only got 4 uses per rest. Although I am in normal mode, so if I come across a rest shrine and use it, it will reset after 5 minutes. And these little glowing purple black orb things will cast a random spell on you if they go through you. Oh, there's a chest there. So it could be something good, it could be something bad, it could be something just plain weird. Like, hey, I've got water breathing on me. I don't need a water breathing spell on me. Or suddenly I've got tumble cast on me. I don't need that. So, yeah. One of the other things is it says slay 40 outsiders. Now to get that bonus, my understanding is you need to have that bonus done prior to completing the quests, like the final optional. So before you kill the final beholder, or the commander, I guess, you have to have slain all of the outsiders that you want to do if you want to get that optional. And the only way for that to occur is to hang out around some of these portals and wait for them to spawn. Because if you just run around killing everything that's already there that you happen to come across, you won't come across 40 things. So you're going to have to do some camping and wait, and eventually you'll get 40. So if you're prepared to do that, I mean, it's decent XP, but you're going to get more if you do that optional. Show here, oh, 859. It's going to be more on hard or elite. I'm not going to bother with it this time. I've told you how to do it if you don't do it, but I've got something else planned that I want to save time for later, so I'm not going to waste the time with it right now. Now, I'm going to try to keep my cold resistance up because, unless, of course, I come across my beholder, I was not expecting this guy to be here. So that was annoying because he just took that cold resistance off me. But the ice flensers that I come across, like this guy right here, he has some really nasty high damage ice stuff that you can do that can hit you very quickly and bring your life down very, very fast. So that's something to be wary of. That's why you want your cold resistance up. Those Theracans are spewing out acid, so
the
that's
guards
something else to
nowhere to
consider.
be seen. Did they
There's
escape?
the portal there.
Or are they trapped inside with the invaders?
We'll go this way. I really don't know which way is the better way to go. What's nice is that I'm level 12, so I'm able to do. Was able to get the enhancement that gave me the Avenging Cleave, so I have that with the Exalted Cleave. So I now have 2 different cleaves, so I have a nicer repertoire for combat here. There's another Elder Beholder.
Such that the gods have been all writ to collapse that section of the waterworks. That forward is plotted.
there's so many times I've done this, and just so many negative levels from the beholders, or had full party wipes because the beholders, there were just so many of them, couldn't deal with them. I feel like I'm missing something other than this ice fencer. I feel like I'm missing something map wise, or was I just I'm going this way? I'm not too worried about being poisoned. I've got a fairly high fortitude save. Paladins have really good saving throws. So I'll just let the poison go away on its own. Alright. Oh, I can see the beholders. There's 1, 2. I'm not sure which color beam does what, but if that was anything other than a paladin, this would hurt a lot more than it does. I guess Warforged, I think they're immune to energy drain as well, so it might be okay. It's been a long time since I played Warforged. Need to be a little bit more careful here, because I have only one more lay on hands, so I can only heal myself one more time while around a beholder, because of their anti-magic effect. Well, I guess I think I can still drink a potion. Drinking a potion in the middle of combat is somewhat difficult at times. Let's get the spellcasters and go straight for the beholder. Heal up. Try to keep healed along the way. A hireling is in a spot that's safe. That's why I don't keep bringing him forward to have him heal me. Otherwise, I think that the way things keep respawning, you just might end up in a bad situation if I don't really keep track of that. He might end up dead. Rename a Nightbot? I don't know, sorry. I'd point out that you are off topic, yes, but that would be off topic to point out that you're off topic. So no worries. Don't worry about it. It's a valid question to ask. Running low on spell points. I know that there is a rest shrine coming up soon-ish. Oh, I saw a shadow run past me. So far, with all the quests that I've been doing, they've all been on normal. That might change tonight. You love DDO, but you're also fooling with your page. So you're watching the DDOs there. Okay. And hello there, I am Samoff. Alright, so in 5 minutes this will reset. But on hard or elite, the shrines do not reset, so you can't reuse them. Once they're used, they're used. We're just in a normal mode, so 5 minutes I can come back and reuse that. Oh, I keep forgetting that I haven't been using the Divine Might. That actually will really boost my strength. Only for 2 minutes, but with the kind of build that I'm using. And in here is where I actually need to go eventually. This is where the commander will be, the demon commander. Which I can't get to yet, I don't think. Because I have to... Loss. Yeah, there's a barrier here. I can't get through that yet until I deal with the last Elder Beholder. So I'll be coming back to that. So I'm doing this quest at level. And it seems like a cakewalk, but do keep in mind that these beholders, I have some serious immunities to a lot of the stuff they're dishing out here. And that's because I'm playing a paladin. I kind of built my character specifically to be able to handle this quest. Okay, I changed it from the last time that I played. My armor class isn't as good because of the changes that I made. I keep thinking there should be a chest, but I honestly don't know if there should be more chests or not. Godly rig isn't so bad either. Okay. Being able to take on the beholders is nice. Oh, there we are. This is the last elder beholder. So now it says slay 120 outsiders. 4 left. 4 left. I suppose I could, just to see if I get it. 2 left. Is it worth it? Well, maybe 1700. Although if it ups the number, and I don't think it will, so you just have to wait. They do keep coming through. I won't sing to you though. I'm not into like karaoke or anything. You know, to bide the time. But just so you see how long it takes for them to come through, I'll show. There we go. Now it says slay 150. Which would mean 30 more. And I'm not going to sit here and wait for, 30. Because that'd take an incredibly long time that I'm not going to waste just because while there's 2 coming through, I would need 28 more. Yeah, that'd take a long time. And well, 2100, still a decent amount of XP, but it is optional. A Green Lantern outfit? No, it's it's just a cosmetic armor, which I can actually take off. That's my actual armor, there. So it's just a cosmetic called Reaper's Plate Mail. This just changes the cosmetic look. You see a little better there compared to what I'm actually wearing. So that's my actual armor. That's just the cosmetic overlay. Alright, so should be ready to go through the final door. Yeah, it's open now. This will be the final battle here to end the quest. One more beholder. Boss there account. I wasn't paying attention to how much XP that was. What's that? With bonuses, 8164. It's not bad. That was collectible. Alright. Oh, another collectible. There's a couple of them laying around in the chest over here. So, and 2 outsider tokens. Those bind to character, they'll go directly into, I guess, your ingredients bag. Nope. I've got too many things here. Yep, there it is. So they'll go directly into the green bag, the ingredients bag. And the best I can say about the outsider tokens is I don't remember, so look it up on the wiki. But you need several of them to get whatever it is you trade them in for. I don't remember what they're for. I've never traded them in. I've never gotten enough because I usually die in here. Alright. Heroic deeds. And I didn't need the hireling, after all. So, still 39 minutes on. Which is good. Alright. So I can still use them for the next one. We are going to have to run around a little bit here. I just realized that I didn't turn down any of my settings. The graphics settings. To make sure that the stream is going to stream okay. So if it's been a bit glitchy or laggy, I apologize. Because normally I have to turn it down to make sure that everything goes okay. It's smooth. Has it been smooth? I haven't been watching the stream to make sure that it has been. But Relic of the Sovereign Past. That's what I'm going to do. So we got to go all the way over to House Denieth to pick up the quest. Oh, it has been smooth? Okay, good. Well, I haven't been in wilderness areas. That, I certainly know, does cause some glitches. Right. So to pick up the quest for Relic of the Sovereign Past, come in here and go through an awful lot of talking. There's lots of flavor text, which I do invite you to read on your own when doing the quest. This is another free-to-play quest, and it's good for farming for adamantine ore. Which, if you're looking to make some money by selling some stuff on the auction house, adamantine ore is sometimes something to pick up and do that with. Because adamantine ore is something that's not easy to come by necessarily, and sometimes people want that stuff. You know, there is no quick way to get to where you need to go for the quest. So, again, it's House Denieth and Sovereign Host Temple. That's where you get the quest. And I turn myself around. Now we have to go to House Kundrak, because that's where the quest is. So, a little bit of running around. Most quests are nearby where you pick up, like where the quest giver is. The quest is usually close by. This is one of the exceptions to that rule. It's a little bit of a longer quest as well. So just be prepared that if you're like, oh, I've got about 20 minutes, I'm going to run a quick quest. This is not one of those 20-minute quests. I should have thought ahead, because you can do a little bit of crafting in here. Some crafting specific stuff in this quest with the adamantine ore you pick up. So, into the Black Anvil Forest, again, House Kundrak. Now, if you were following along before, we've been in here before. We went over to Haywire's Grotto in the past, and this time we're going to go this direction. And we are going to the Black Anvil Mines. Bring the Hireman, just because his timer's already counting down. Whether I summon him or not, his timer will count down. Give him a little bit of insulation for stuff. There's going to be some fire elementals. So, speaking of which, I'll give myself some of that too, because hey, that's useful. I guess I can give him some resistance boost and that. Alright, off we go.
This small pool of lava seems to cause the walls in here to sweat profusely.
There's a lot of spellcasters in this. Again, have Death Block. Death Ward is nice in this one. And definitely have some fortification. Because you're going to come across some Durgar that are carrying heavy picks. Oh, so it was jerky for a bit there, and it's gone back to smooth. Okay. Yeah, I expected that. And it's probably going to be jerky in this large open cavern, and when I get back into the tunnels in the mine, hopefully it'll go back. We'll see. I suppose I could just change the settings. Killing Durgar, they'll drop lumps of coal once in a while. On a very rare occasion, they'll drop adamantine ore. Pick up the adamantine ore, leave the lumps of coal. Lumps of coal aren't really useful. Okay, you gotta stop doing that, buddy. It's optional to kill these guys. You gotta kill 8 of them to get the optional. But it's some XP. Where are we here? Speaking of options, I've got everything on ultra high. And we'll just move some things down a little. Hopefully that helps. Well, I was hoping that things aren't too jerky with the stream.
The musty odor of burning incense.
Hello, Technical 13. So this corridor here is the horrible corridor for you're going to get spammed with spells. But you need to go all the way down, kill a bunch of guys, and don't do what I often do and forget to pull the lever. Pull the lever. There's a lever to pull. Because to get to where you need to go to obtain the sword of Theseus, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Anyways, there's a door that's closed, and there's 2 ruins that need to be lit to unlock the door. And to light the ruins, you've got to pull 2 levers. One of the levers is at the end of this long corridor. There you go, Durgar Death Priest. He just continued to dispel magic on my hireling. So any of the buffs I gave my hireling are probably gone. If you got Monster Manual, it's probably around the time that you're going to start getting some the rewards for killing dwarves. It's probably when you do this quest the first time. Or the quests on Ataraxia's Haven Reclamation. Because there's lots of dwarves. Durgar count as dwarves. But what I was saying before about the fortification, make sure you have some, because there are several, not in this section, but in one of the other sections of this quest, the Durgar are carrying heavy picks, and a heavy pick that does a critical hit is going to do quadruple damage if it does the critical, and fortification will mitigate that or cancel it entirely, I guess. So you want your fortification up, otherwise you're going to get hit with quadruple damage, and that can be rather nasty. Right, the clay golems actually hit me. Do it, but these guys can give you cursed wounds. Am I a dwarf killer? All right, fine. Then if you want to stealth this quest, Technical 13, and not kill any of the dwarves, that's up to you. I suppose it could be done. Not sure how. I'll take that. Crude altar. Oh, that's something I was wishing that had happened. I wish I was streaming what had happened earlier today. I have another paladin who's the same level as this one, who I playtest everything on normal, because I don't normally play on normal, to make sure that I know what I'm walking into by soloing with a paladin. So I run these quests ahead of time before I do this stream live with a different character, and I was running this same quest earlier today, breaking the breakables like I often do, in the span of 5 minutes, like less than 5 minutes. In fact, it was in the same corridor, the next corridor that I'll be going down. I broke 2 different breakables, and in one breakable, a tome dropped, a Constitution +1 to +2 tome, and then in a different room, a collapsed portable hole dropped out of a breakable. I'm like, really? I mean, this is awesome. I don't mind, but wow. Out of breakables? That is like just laying there on the ground after I broke some breakables. It blew me away. Okay, this is the lever I was mentioning that I so often forget to pull. And then I go through the door that helps open, and it's like, right, I missed a lever somewhere. Sorry, I'm going around the room to find more breakables. After what happened earlier today, it's like, yeah, I'm going to get every breakable, because a collapsed portable hole and a tome, I don't know, it was maybe like 2 minutes apart. I've been playing this game 5.5 years, and I've only seen that was only my second time seeing a tome drop out of a breakable. So I was impressed by that. Invisibility pots. Oh, I grab those all the time. Yeah, I've got lots of those on various characters. Yes. Invisibility potions. Big deal. One of my characters got like a stack of 100 on him. And that's just from picking them up from dropping randomly. Where's the door? There it is. Just to give you an idea. The entrance was here. We came in, and then there's long corridor, and then there's going to be another long corridor over here. So there's that central cavern, and then there's these long snaky corridors that go off to the side. So now we're just backtracking to the middle to find another corridor. There's lots of running in this quest, where you're not doing anything except running. The scenery's nice. Looks similar to what I've seen before. Love what you've done to the place. Love what you've done to the place. Oh, look, another lump of coal. They can be thrown if you pick a bunch. D-door, yeah. Not with this character, though. Although he is human. I guess I took Mark of Passage. I could do that. And I got what was up there already. Okay. Yeah, Mark of Passage, and then take D-door with the Mark of Passage. With the enhancements. Because this character is human. That would be an option, but that was not a feat that I took. What was he doing way over there? He's waking stuff up. I must have taken the long way around instead of hopping over the way I did. There we go. Pick that up. There we go. There's the other door I gotta go through. Or the next door. There's a few doors to go through.
The room here appears to serve as a checkpoint.
But as I've been exploring DDO with this show, I've been doing all the quests on normal. But one of the things I haven't shown you is the difference between normal, hard, and elite. And I might do that today. And I might run the same quest because it goes pretty fast. Well, I think so anyway. Can be done in 10 to 15 minutes. So I don't need to pull that. So I'll just run the quest, you know, first on normal, then hard to show the difference, and then I might run it on elite as well. We'll see. Because these quests are getting archived on a playlist on YouTube. I think it's kind of
The rumbling voices
cool that
of war
they can be there for someone who's new to the game,
This must be the barracks.
and they can take a look at it and see some of it. Try to treat it as a semi-tutorial. Not an in-detail one. I show on every area. But I hadn't shown the difference yet. So, none of these have shown what champions are. I haven't shown that yet. What's a champion? What's a mysterious remnant? Why should we care? I figured if I went for the same quest and did it from normal to hard to, and, you know, potentially elite as well, then you get to see the gradual build up, like how it's harder, progressively harder, and progressively more monsters. And then there'd be a record of it too. So I'll kind of look up later on. There's Dwarf Hunter, 8,000 XP from the Monster Manual for Dwarf Hunter. So yes, I am officially a dwarf killer now, because I am a hunter of dwarves. Was that a poop cookie and a Happy Meal? Was that you're referring to Technical 13? Sounds like a horrible Thanksgiving meal. How was your Thanksgiving? American viewers? Because I'm Canadian. Our Thanksgiving was last month. And is celebrating something different, actually. Canadian and American Thanksgiving celebrate different things. Which is why they're not at the same time. They're a month apart. By the way, one of the reasons I'm going into every room here is to not just show them to you, but to get the breakables and see any, well, to see and show any collectibles. But if you want to collect the adamantine ore, you must find the silver key, which is in a chest, which is randomly in one of these rooms. And I haven't actually come across it yet. So as you can see, there's all these little side rooms off the main corridor. So going into each one. You cooked all day, 2 platters full, took a nap. See, for me it was just another day of the week. Even our Black Friday is not, I mean, we had sales here, but our Black Friday stuff is a lot more low-key than down in the States. Surprised I still haven't come across that chest. Either that or I just wasn't paying close enough attention. Better be in one of these rooms. You got the chest in here, buddy? Where's the chest? Oh, interrogated him too harshly. Can't tell me anything now. So it must be in this room. Yeah, there it is. No, I just glowed blue. Oh, okay, I do have spell resistance on this character. There's a distinctive little blue aura that goes around you when if you have spell resistance and you make your spell resistance roll. And I saw that go off, and I'm like, I didn't think this character had spell resistance. Nothing is really random. Should map where the key is for each instance sometimes. Yeah, but how would you tell walking in to know, oh, okay, it's going to be here? I mean, is that something that you could figure out right off the bat? As soon as you stepped in? I mean, how would you know? I've ran with people that do this quest and they just simply want the key, so as soon as they find the key, they don't open any more of the doors. Whereas if I want all the breakables, then I gotta go in and get breakables.
What appear to be the officers' quarters flank the locked steel door at the end of this hall.
You know what? I'm not using my Divine Might again. You know, it helps. See my strength 25? Hit this, goes to 32. It's worth doing. It only lasts for 2 minutes, but if I'm fighting... So that was a switch that I made with making sure that I was immune to energy drain and going to the enhancement tree that I'm in, I had to use that to have a big boost to my strength. Except I keep forgetting to turn it on, so I'm not used to having this little thing. Okay. The reason I'm pulling these levers is it opens the gate at the end of the hall. This gate here. So those levers were tied to these gems that were lit up. Now, if you can range attack this guy or stealth and kill him, he won't pull the lever that's to the left there, which won't open these gates and let out the
The clan warden awaits you.
I was
in
going to
the
say
cave.
iron defenders, but I
The
think
cave
they're
is
adamantine
behind the old what
defenders
appear to be large metallic doors.
in this case. But yeah, they're adamantine defenders. So yeah. And here's the other lever that we need, which I've more than once forgotten to pull. Puff Granny, what was it you're saying? Spent an hour last night after finishing Rainbow in the Dark to figure out the traps chests, fall away floor ones. You couldn't figure it out even following the wiki? Yeah. That's one I just abandoned. It's like, oh right, it's that section. Like Rainbow in the Dark, I go down the corridor and it's like, oh right, these. Yeah, not doing these this time. Because I never do. Although, it depends on who I'm with. If I'm in a pickup group or if I'm with a particular guild member, it's like, hey, let's try it. And then they try it and usually doesn't work out well. My vote's always for just leave it. Just so you can see the mini-map. Long walk. So if you forget to pull that lever that I said, make sure you pull this lever, it's a long walk to come back and get that lever. I have to keep taking and drinking my water. I am recovering from a cold. My throat is still a little raw. And I don't want to start coughing into the microphone. You don't want me to start coughing in the microphone either. That's what you told your husband? Him and his Navy buddy are sure that they'll be able to figure it out. Yeah? Yeah. I learned a long time ago that there are some things that you just don't do. You try it once or twice, and then it's like, I'm not going to bother anymore. One of the things I've learned is that you never try to build a Lego set without using the instructions. As an avid Lego builder, I've learned always read the instructions. But thank you. Yeah, I'm done with the course of antibiotics because I did end up with those, or needing those. So I am mostly better. But I couldn't do my stream last week. I had to cancel at the last minute. Because I was coughing too much, and I just didn't want to go on air with that. He's gonna keep healing himself. Come on, Flagon, help me out here. I just don't shoot fast enough. No, don't heal me. Click the wrong button. Can I get him? There we go. There's only, I think, 2 that I need to really get that way. Because I can't jump up there. And I don't have a spell to just smite them or something like that. So I've got to kill them this way. There we go. There's only a few breakables up there, and I don't need to worry about getting those particular ones. I can still get ransack. I'm not even close yet, but I can still get ransack without getting those particular breakables. Okay, come down here, mister. I'm not gonna have to come up there to you. Just realized I am missing my fire resist. Because I have some for my airship. Not much, because I don't have any cargo hold ones. My guild's just level 20, so I don't have any super powerful airship buffs. So that silver key opens this door here. Oh, I bypassed the door. I guess I could have pointed that out. The levers that I was working on, there's a door over there, which we're going to go back for after. I'm making a big sort of circle around the cavern as I go here. The summoners that you need to kill, there's 8 of them. They're up on the ledges all the way around the outside of the cavern.
The flow of lava seems to have been directed this way for some purpose.
Most of them, there's a ladder. You just climb the ladder and go up there and get to them. So much easier that way. Oops. I won't go for that. Just some sonic resist potions. I'll leave them there. Go back up this one. Oh, it's not back up. It'll be the first time up this one, so I'm not going back up it. Another reason to come up here is if you want a shrine. There's a shrine there. You know, it's this quest that I learned just how big the reach is for the. As you see him down there doing the earth grab that the earth elementals do. That's how far that reach is, because he just grabbed my hireling from way over there. They have a really long reach. I never knew it was that long until I did this quest and stood up here and had that earth elemental reach that far. I was like, holy cow, that's a long reach. So just going to complete the circuit just so you can sort of see. That just brings us around. That was the entrance. That's where we came in. It's just a big area in the middle. With lava pits that lava hot, lava burn. Not a place for swimming in. Alright, now the special lock door, which again you need that silver key for, which I picked up.
A cart track stretches down the tunnel to your right.
Now this is optional, going in this section. I come in here for a very specific reason. And I always do this section. Because I believe in collecting the adamantine ore that's in here. The Durgar? I always pronounce it Duragar, but that's not right. They don't believe in collecting it. And I'll show you why I say that. I don't think, whatever it is that they're mining in here, it is not the adamantine ore. Because the stuff's just lying around. It's just there. It's littered. Look at this. If it was important to them, it wouldn't just be lying around. That's my theory. They're mining something else out of here. I don't know what else it is. There's no label in English. Maybe there's some sort of ruins in Dwarvish or that's sitting around somewhere, but
A faint glow emanates from the pocket of minerals here.
now these are the guys I warned you about earlier. These guys all have heavy picks, so if you don't have fortification to deal with these guys getting a critical on you, you might be in trouble. Because quadruple damage on a critical, that's going to hurt. Oh, Dwarf Exterminator 4, 8,000. Sweet. What did I get last time? Oh, that was Dwarf Hunter. So that was, I just got Exterminator. Before it was the Dwarf Hunter. Alright. So, just by doing this from the Monster Manual, that's 16,000 experience. That's more than the quest is worth. Quest is a little over 9,000. Now, the adamantine ore that I'm picking up, I've got 2 of them. I'm just going to put Tear and Lock on it. So I've got 2 so far. There is 15 total that you can get in this section. So whether if you're with a group, maybe you want to keep track just between you so that you know how many you have or whatnot. I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to. But if you're wondering, it's like, have we found it all? Just add it up. So-and-so has 2, so-and-so has 4. It should be 15. If you found them all, then you've got 15. See? Look at that. Just leave it lying around. You think he'd open that on his own. No. So yeah, come with something that you can shoot through, hit the target with, whether it be a throwing dagger or a bow, something, some ranged weapon. Otherwise, you've got to have an enemy and drag them really close to it and fluke it in combat to hit that. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I never figured it out myself. But for hitting target levers, I always carry a bow. Or some sort of thrown weapon. Oh, look, see? They just leave it lying around. Adamantine ore. There's more of it. I'm at 5. I don't think they find it valuable. Like pocket change to them. That was a nice cleave. I think I got 4 in one shot there. Yeah, whatever this is a different color than the adamantine ore. That's my theory anyways. I'm going to stick with it. I like that theory. They don't care about adamantine ore. They come across it, they just throw it on the ground. I don't want this. And that's why we're in here. We're in here to steal it. We were sent here to get this silly sword for the Sovereign Host. But I'm really here for the adamantine ore. Again, he won't come through the barrier. Sometimes I find they do open doors on their own. It's like, oh, there's someone on the other side of the door because they got aggro on you, and so they open a door and just come right on through. There's a quest in Giant Hold where they do that quite well. You do that here. Come on, pick it up. There we go. I know it seems tedious to get all the adamantine ore. This is not my home server, so I'll actually be able to make something that's valuable to me with this adamantine ore right away. I just have to figure out what I want. Well, since I don't have a 100% fortification item, that's probably what I'm going to make. So I showed you what I have for fortification. It's only 55%. What do I have? I got 12 of the ore so far. Because there's a guy who runs a forge at the end of the line in here. You take him the adamantine ore, and depending on what you have him make, he'll take like 10 or 15 or whatever. He takes a certain number, depending on what you have him make. There's a list. You can make armor, you can make shield, certain weapons. And here's the end of the line. There'll be a mini boss in here. And there's the last two adamantine ore, because, right, yeah, I'm at 13. So, again, it's just laying around.
You are greeted by a wave of intense heat as you enter the Duodar.
And it's still a vandal bonus, so still some more breakables to be broken. I should be using my divine might. If you get tripped like I was there, I do recommend that you hold down the shift key. Take less damage. So you'd be blocking then. Maybe a moment before you stand up. They're going to be trying to hit you. I don't need to come up here, I'm sure. But there's breakables up here. And a dude to kill. It'll be the same on the other side. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A piece of ice cube in my water there. There's potion of invincibility. Should be potion of invincibility. That's what I need. Let's take one of those. Although, I don't think I'm having an issue. I could probably be doing level 13 quests with this character. Issue. 3. Nope, still just Vandal. Okay, there's a big pile of breakables still to be had. So he will... I'll have to unlock it, otherwise it won't go into the ingredients. There's a list. I won't show you everything. It's only one page, but when you get here, feel free to take a look at things. What do I have there? That's my charisma item. Well, I won't swap it out right away. I'll find something and put in there. But I do want this. So that's what I'm going to make for myself. It's 100% fortification and a yellow augment slot, and it'll use 10 of the adamantine ore, which will leave me 5. So, boom, forge that. So now I have that. I still have 5 adamantine ore left over. Away I go. And again, a long run back to the mid. This one's a little bit more convoluted than the rest. Yeah, DDO would be handy right about now. Should give us a little train to put on these tracks and use it. Just zip along. Now comes the truly dangerous part. I don't have a trapper with me to deal with the traps that are coming up. I know how to get around them, but there is no one to disarm the traps. And that's okay. I just won't get the bonus for it, like for disabling the traps.
Statues of crowned dwarves line the wall with the
The nice thing about how the traps are in this quest is the way they're laid out. You can dodge them. They're a really, really nasty poison trap. In fact, I might purposely hit one just so you can see how nasty they are. Hireling there because I don't want him running into them. Okay, you see the statue up ahead there. I'll have to deal with this champ here. Well, he's called champion, but he's not what I would refer to as a champion. You'll find on harder elite. Now, there's going to be ones hidden. There's one right there too. Most of these are trapped, and they're going to spit poison out, just like that. But if you hug really close to it, you can just go right underneath of the trap. And as long as you stay out of that stream of green, you're fine. You stand in it, though, and lots of spider venom. You don't want to be caught in that. And you don't want to be caught in it multiple times. Because on harder elite, that's going to be a lot of damage. Let's just get rid of that. Like I said, it's pretty easy to dodge it. And this one just through the door. It has you zigzagging across the hallway, because they usually come in pairs. Now we're in a spiral here. This is going to spiral up before we spit out the top. By top, I mean the north end. But we're on the final stretch of this quest. And at the final stretch, we find the leader. I want to call him the king of the Dragar in here. And he's going to talk to us, and you can bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate with him. I believe it's diplomacy. Anyways. Depending on the options that you do and whether or not you're successful, you'll either fight him, you'll fight just his guards, or you'll fight him and his guards, or there'll be no fighting at all, and he just freely gives you the sword. So It depends on what you choose to do and whether or not you're successful with it. Like whether you bluff, intimidate, or diplomacy, and whether or not you're successful. And I don't know all those combinations. I do recommend you look it up on the wiki. If you want, I do know that if you want to do the fight where you fight both the the guards and the king, because a successful outcome of those unlocks doors where there's chests for each. So if you want both the chests, then you have to fight them both. So you want to try and intimidate and fail it, I believe. But it's definitely an intimidate option on the choice, as opposed to the bluff or diplomacy. But I definitely recommend looking it up on the wiki, the DDO wiki. I think I put points into diplomacy for this character, so I don't think it's high enough though to succeed. 23. Maybe it is. Well, I guess I'll find out. I don't think I have an intimidate item on though. I suppose I could take my charisma item off. I've lowered a bit, not much. I mean, there is XP to be had if you get the sword without any combat at all, but there's no treasure. And personally, I prefer treasure. So I don't mind the combat if I'm getting treasure out of the deal. Okay. Finally done the spiral. Two more guards.
A final
Higher
pair
level
of
forward
blackguards stand at attention before this.
No more traps. Here's what I said about there's still lots more breakables. There we go, that's ransack. And then there's still lots more on the other side too. Pull the lever to open the gate.
A sword hangs suspended beneath a magical dome at the center of this
Now,
room.
the door here
Hard
on the
gaze of
right,
man standing
or
behind
to the
it draws
east,
your attention.
leads to a treasure room, which I believe is the one that if you fight the king and defeat the king, that's where the treasure chest will be. If you do the one, well, I guess there's two options that would allow it, where you fight his guards, they will come out of this door, and if you defeat them, the treasure chest for them is through this door on the west side. That's the sword you need to pick up. Picking that up ends the quest. And here's the king you need to talk to. Now, in case I end up with a combat situation, let's just have a couple of these going right now. So yes, diplomacy, bluff, or intimidate. I'm going to try the intimidate one. Okay, apparently I was wrong. I thought that if you did that and failed, they both came, but apparently I somehow, maybe I passed, and so that's the one to just fight him. Again, reading the wiki is probably the better way to go. I should have read the wiki before I tried to teach it to you. Heh. I'm a moron sometimes. I don't know. There's a lot of different outcomes, but I always just choose that one because normally I fail to intimidate because I don't normally put points into it. Because I like fighting both. Oh, and I didn't get the treasure chest. Oh well. It was 11,000 XP though. How's that? So, what time is it? Quarter after. That used up that hireling. Nope. Nope. I'm just gonna say nope to probably all of these. Except that one and that one. And I can just carry these with me. Did I bring them along? Yes, I did. We are going to the Sands of Menektar. It's a paid area, though. It's not free to play. And you access the Sands of Menektar through the marketplace. Those first two quests that I did, that I showed you, were both free to play. Level 12s. But we're going to go to Purge the Fallen Shrine in the Sands of Menektar. It is level 11. But something I haven't done is I haven't shown the normal versus hard versus elite, and I thought Purge the Fallen Shrine it might be a decent quest to do that with. So things might get a little twitchy or jerky going through the wilderness area to get there, but it's not too far. I apologize if the stream goes a little weird or glitchy. I'm looking over and seeing, wow, just getting to the entrance to the wilderness area, it was doing that. So, yeah. It should be fine once I'm in the quest. And that's nothing to do with DDO and 100% to do with my upload speed on my internet connection. That is me, my internet connection. Not my computer, just the internet connection. I'm just going to ignore these guys. Yeah, it's a walk-up quest, so you don't need to talk to anybody to pick up the quest. You just walk up to it.
This is the final resting place of a once great hero, his
Step
remains and legacy long since forgotten.
Now, everything in here is classified as an outsider. So they are going to have damage reduction versus cold iron or good. So you're going to need either or both on your weapon to get through the damage reduction. In my case, I happen to have good on mine, so I'll be able to get through the damage reduction. And you're going to want to have resistance to fire. If you bring a hireling along, I have read that they recommend bringing a favored soul as opposed to bringing a cleric if you're going to make the choice of bringing a healer. So I have chosen to bring a favored soul, whereas I had a cleric with me previously in his other quests. And I am going to do something a little different and have the hireling on attack mode.
Evil chants and demonic voices.
Now this
echo
is a
through
very,
the
very
halls of
linear
this
quest.
lonely shrine.
Now, if you saw that little eye symbol briefly above that Kako demon, that's because My hireling used Holy Smite, which blinded the demon. That right there, that big white thing, that's Holy Smite. She's going to spam that a lot. Use up her spell points. That's flavor text there. And this is just a dead end.
Fallen debris blocks this
A little bit of more
Even
flavor
stone
text.
cannot withstand the ravages
The Dungeon
of
Master.
time.
Now, you're going to want Death Block and or Death Ward. It's highly recommended. Because the Kako demons, their claws have Vorpal on them. So, yeah. They're successful with that. Take your head clean off, technically. And you know what? While I'm immune to Energy Drain, I'm not immune to Vorpal if I don't have Death Block. And I was ignoring the, hey, I don't need Death Block for that last quest. And I don't have Death Block on any of this stuff. Do I automatically have Death Block as a, that's an excellent question. I wonder if I automatically get it with one of these things. This is my first time playing a paladin, which is something I'm sure I've mentioned before. Not yet in this particular stream, but I'm new to playing a paladin. And I was like, I wonder if Death Block is just a given with a paladin. This particular enhancement tree. I should look that up. My other paladin that I play, she has a belt that has Death Block on it. Didn't even think whether this character had it. So there's both the demons and the fire methods. Now if you're going to, because I'm going to be playing this again, repeating it on hard, right after and possibly elite after that, take note of the number of creatures that there are and how easily it is I'm going through killing them. And how difficult it is stepping up in dealing with them. Because that's why I'm doing this, is so you can see what it's like to take the same character with the same items, using the same weapon and armor, and go through the exact same quest, the only difference being normal versus hard versus elite. I'll only do this one time, so I won't be doing this in streams later on down the road. But I hadn't done it yet, and so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do it at least once, in case there's someone out there who's new and hasn't seen it before. I would also like to take the opportunity to give a shout out to someone who helped me with my main character on Kenneth's server when I was trying to complete a saga and having difficulty with it, and they helped me finish that off. And I hope I'm saying this right. It was Mari, or Mary, Maarri, I think it was spelled, on Kenneth's server. So shout out to you and a big thank you for that. I don't know if you're watching or not, or if you'll see this later, but I promise I give a shout out and say hello, thanks. So there's that. I did remember. There's 9 of these torches. Remember to light them as you go along. Otherwise, it's a bit of backtracking that you shouldn't have to do. this whole thing is basically a big tomb to honor a fallen hero. And these demons have come and corrupted the tomb by being here and put out all these torches. And so you're purging the shrine
The soothing glow
of the fallen hero.
A sense of peace.
Heal me. Thank you. And relighting the torches to honor that fallen hero. Find out exactly what went on. How could this have happened? You know, that gets me sometimes. I guess it's, I'm guessing that my hireling is using the spell command or something, because those methods just drop out of the air and they're laying on the ground and like, are they dead? And it's like, no, you go up to them, they're still alive, just they're laying on the ground. My hireling's done something to them to pluck them out of the air. But they are not dead. They're going to get back up if I don't deal with them. But you look at her spell points. She's used 2/3 of her spell points. So she's just spamming spells. If you find that your hireling is doing something like that, like in this case, just overusing a spell, you can right click and disable a particular thing. So they won't use it unless you tell them to. You can also right click on them and say customize AI, and you can go in and turn certain things off. You say wait for traps or don't wait for traps, resurrect during combat. You know, like you can turn certain things on and off. So from now until the end of the quest, she should not cast Holy Smite. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Holy Smite, that's what I thought. And always check these alcoves, because there's a chest here. Hey, that's worth looting. Loot is good. But because she's not spamming Holy Smite, it's going to put more of the fighting on me. That's okay. I can handle it, right? I've got this. We're near the final stretch. This just loops here at this point where we're at. It's just whichever way you go, it leads to the same location. It's still linear, although somehow I was stuck there. Couldn't walk up that step. We're near the end. I like to just poke my head around the corner here and wake up the other methods that I know, because there's methods around both directions. And that clears the loop, as you can see. It's just a roundabout. There's going to be multiple bosses here. When we get to the room at the end. Now, if you're finding that you're having difficulty getting through here, you can try to pull bosses to you one at a time, because there's several of them in here. Of course, my spot isn't good enough to see them. I'm going to pop it up now. instead of fighting them all simultaneously, if you're having difficulty, pull them out of the room one at a time. Maybe shoot them with a ranged weapon and get their attention, draw them out. So this is the final room. I'm going to purify the altar. As long as your hireling's not between you and the altar. Which summons a wraith. Now talking to the spirit of the hero ends it. Now you can, once you've gone to this point, just leave the ghost alone. That'll end it. Or you can go into this one and ask a bunch of questions, and it tells you a bunch of flavor text, which is a choice as well. So 4,700. And there's 2 chests. And my hireling used all of her spell points. And would have used them a lot sooner if I hadn't told her to stop spamming that particular spell. Now I am going to come back and repeat this same quest on hard. And just so you see, that took me 12 minutes.
This is the final resting place.
Got a very brief look at that. I almost forgot to look. Pressed X to look at the experience. Experience report. Now it is just a walk up. However, if I walked up to it again, it wouldn't let me in, I don't believe, unless I've turned in the quest and collected the quest reward. So I will go and do that and take the opportunity while I'm here to also repair. Because why not? Things get broken. Well, they get damaged. They get too damaged. Then they're gonna get broken. Tales of Valor. I'll take that. Oh, I should have looked at the armor and seen if there was some +4 Magecraft plate in there. So I need better armor than what I've got currently. Oh, okay, so there was nothing damaged. That's a good thing. So straight back out. Lots of time in the hireling. I'll just summon the hireling once I'm in the quest as opposed to in the wilderness area. And if you're new to DDO, or if you're not too familiar with hard or elite, or if you're just plain curious, once I go into the quest, take a note of the difference between normal and hard mode. I played elite so much that I forgot what it was like to play normal. And it's like, I come across certain quests and there's things missing that I would always expect on elite. And it's like, where's such and such a thing? Or where's this? Where's that? And quests are sometimes very different between the different modes. So slow. I'm running too slow compared to how fast I want to run. The Menektarn Desert, which is the wilderness area that I'm in, is one of the largest wilderness areas in Heroic. Orchard of the Macabre, that's also a really, really big wilderness area. It took me a long time to memorize where all the explorer points were with the Sands of Menektarn. And I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. care that I'm pronouncing it wrong if I am. C'est la vie.
Evil chants
It works for me.
and
I know what I'm
voices
talking
echo
about.
through the halls of this lonely shrine.
Hey, I was gonna double check. I'm pretty sure yeah, we're in on hard. Okay. So, one of the big things to take note of is there's the chance now of coming across what are called champions. They will have a little gold crown above their head, and they're going to have random effects on them. They're going to be tougher as a champion, but some of the random effects might give them abilities to give you vulnerability or slow you or like debuff you somehow. Or they may have special buffs on them, or they may have special damage reductions on them. That they wouldn't normally have. And just plain being in here on hard is going to make it so that these things are going to hit harder, they're going to have more hit points, there's going to be more of them. And killing a champion gives a chance, a percent chance, that they drop these mysterious remnants. Now, I believe that if they drop and they land on the floor, they're only going to be there for 3 minutes. So that doesn't mean you can. That means you can't just leave them there and come back to them at the end of the quest and pick them all up. They're only going to stay there for a little while.
The holy fire,
So if you want it, try to pick it up within a few minutes. And they're just like treasure bags. So if you're in a party, everybody will see a treasure bag on their own screen, and so while I pick this up, it doesn't disappear on my party member's screen until my party member picks theirs up. So everybody gets it. But it's going to be different for everybody. So if I, with regards to the mysterious remnants, I may get, say, 4 mysterious remnants, but a party member may get 12 from the same spot. So it's going to be a random number. It's not going to be a very high number on average, but there's a place in the Hall of Heroes that you can take them and trade them in for some nice stuff, some nice loot. And I can't show you any of that stuff right now because this is not my home server and I haven't ever turned any of them in on this server because I've never really collected them. I haven't gotten many. Trying to remember how much XP that I got finishing the... Oh, no. There's way too much dialogue there. This chest here. So, I do believe this chest... Well, there's always a chest. I don't think it's in the same location all the time. So always look in the little nooks to see where that chest is. I've also noticed that because of the coloring on some of these things, especially the fire methods, the little crown to show that they're a champion, at least for me, is sometimes difficult to see. Like if one of these guys is a champion, I got no clue. Oh right, my hireling's gonna still spamming spells again because she's left and I've resummoned her. So she's gonna keep using that holy smite unless I turn her off again. Sometimes, well, a lot of the time, if a creature has damage reduction, that damage reduction is going to be different between versus normal versus hard versus elite request. So maybe it's only 5 on one mode versus 10 on another mode. So it's going to be higher amount of damage reduction the tougher the quest. And I do notice that there's more fire methods. I think there's the same amount of demons. The Kako demons and the fire reavers. Or pyro. Not fire. Reavers, but I'm pretty sure that they're the same amount of the demons, but the fire methods of Fernia here, pretty sure there's more of them on hard mode. There's the shrine.
The soothing glow of this
I'm gonna have my hireling use it.
with a sense of peace.
Okay, you weren't supposed to follow. I'm gonna use it too. Actually, should do this first. Buff the hireling. I'm using up my spell points before I rest and get them all back. Makes sense in my head anyways. Let's do it that way. Probably don't need to cast the acid resist or the lightning resist. Probably just need the fire resist. Oh, right. I didn't put her on attack mode. That's why she's not using the spells as much as she did in normal. She'd really spam them if I put her in attack mode. There. She's in attack mode. Go for it. I find it hard fighting around these pillars sometimes. They seem to have little edges every once in a while that seem to stick out a little extra, and I get stuck on them. Do that or I just can't play well. I can't run my character. See, I'm pretty sure that when I did it on normal, the chest was here. So I think it moves around. I think it was just one chest, but it can be different locations. I'm so happy for the fire resistance thing. There's so much fire. Now, when I did the quest earlier on normal mode, I had the first time daily bonus for this quest at 20%. I will not have that bonus this time, but I will have the bonus of, hey, you're doing it on hard. Let's wake up the methods over here. paladin. I should be killing demons. Now it's possible that some of these named bosses in here are going to be champion, except for the red one, red named one. He shouldn't be anyways, be a champion. But the orange one, orange named ones, there's the possibility of them being a champion. Instead of them dropping Mysterious Remnant on the ground, there's a % chance if they are a champion, when they die, that they would drop a chest. Now when a remnant or a chest is dropped, it drops not where the creature dies, but rather where the character who killed it is standing at the time. And I think the mechanic that the reason they did that is if there was a champion way up high on a ledge or on a high somewhere where you couldn't get to, maybe you can't jump up to it or whatever, and you kill a champion up there, if they were to drop a remnant, well, you couldn't go and get it. Well, if that remnant then drops where the character is, then it's where you are and you can pick it up. So I'm glad they did that. I don't think there's any champions. It's one of the... Nope. I was wrong. Let's hope he drops a chest. I'd like to show you how that is. Nope. Oh well. Quite often, that little crown that you see there gives away a champion who's invisible or trying to sneak or whatever. It's like, you can see him anyways. You can see the crown. So there were 2 named champions there, neither one of them dropped a chest. It's unfortunate.
The hero lies here in repose, his mummified body, a dark
Can't win them all.
rises above the corpse of a fallen hero.
Gosh darn, I am going to try in this game. And I'm just going to leave him. So more experience, even though I didn't have the 20% bonus for the daily bonus for playing it the first time that day. Ooh, hair dye. Now that's cool. Where is it? I'm going to lock that right away. I don't want to accidentally sell that. Or accidentally drop it or whatever. I'm a hair dye collector. Sadly, this isn't on my home server.
This is the final resting place of a once great hero.
Now, I don't think there's personally, I don't think there's that big of a step from normal to hard. It's not that big of a deal. I think there's a much bigger step from going, say, normal to elite, or even hard to elite. It's a bigger jump. Now, the hardcore players, elites, for them, nothing. For some players, it's like they always run elite and they want something more. I believe that more is coming in the form of Reaper mode. But I don't know all the details on that, and so I won't even begin to discuss the idea of what that is. But go look that up on the forums. Oh, I did it again. I wanted to look at the plate mail, but I didn't. It's like, oh, look. Alright. Repairs. Said someone saying hi to me. Just gonna reply to that real quick. Know that I'm live streaming right now, but I cannot talk. Alright, so this will be the last quest for tonight. Again, it's the same quest, but it'll be on Elite. And so hopefully you'll be able to compare, because I'm not going to use my enhancement point that I have. So Same character, same equipment, no changes through normal, hard, and then elite. Same hireling. Um, the only difference is potentially, you know, whether I had the hireling on defensive or offensive mode, which isn't that big of a deal. The, the thing to watch for is how many monsters there are, at what points, and since I'm putting the resistance on myself and my hireling, like that fire resistance, how much fire is getting through that resistance? Are they amping that up? And how much are they amping it up by? Because while you might read about it and it's like, oh yeah, okay, so they're doing that, this is giving you a visual of that. And while I'm not ever going to do it for every quest. This is just a one-time example of that. Hopefully it gives someone an idea of it that was curious about it. And if you ever come across someone who's asking about it, whether it be on the forums or someone who's new to the game, new to your guild or whatever, you can always direct them to the archive of this on YouTube. And say, well, I know Shikaijo ran it once, this particular quest. You can take a look at the differences. So I put her on attack mode already. I've always told her to protect me. So we'll do those buffs again, just like I did before. Same 3. Although I really don't think I need the acid and electricity ones.
Evil chance
And I'll probably forget just as often to use the Divine Might for myself. I'm sort of noticing already it takes more hits to take one of these guys down here on Elite mode. Oh, it's my phone. It's just the alarm on it. Let's turn that off. But nothing seems to be added here. Like in the alcove, I was just looking in the alcove there. As you can see, I'm getting yellow numbers on the pyro demon there. So I don't go through the damage reduction on him. I can't remember if I was or not on normal. I don't think I was on hard. For some reason I am here too.
The holy fire is likely used to win shrine.
Is it not consistent? This is me being confused by something. It's like, what? So I'm going after the pyro demon. Okay, so no yellow numbers now. But I was definitely getting yellow numbers the other. Maybe it was a champion. I just thought it was. Again, when they're on fire and there's already flames coming up, it's hard to see a flaming crown. I can see it on their corpses, though, because it just sits there as a flaming crown, because they're not flaming anymore. You can also see a mysterious remnant laying there, which I'll pick up in a moment. There's definitely a lot more methods here. Oh, cool. 57. Like, previously I was getting like 4, and that time I got 57. Don't see that very often, though. That has nothing to do with what a difference between hard and elite, though. That's just a random number generator thing. Just here? Nope. So the base level of this quest is 11. That's the other thing that I didn't mention, but I suppose I could, is when you take a quest and you do it on hard, it adds a level to the quest. So the last time I did it, the first time I did it was level 11. And then on hard it became a level 12. And on elite, it makes it level 13. And I'm a level 12 character, so it does increase it. And first time completing elite difficulty plus 80%. So that's, quite the boost. You see those numbers there. It's quite the bonus. Because I completion on hard was 4,800 already before I have before conquest kicking in 54. So makes a difference. And some people, that's the difference that they're looking for. Especially if they're getting their bravery bonus, because they've been doing either hard all along or elite all along. Then they get what's called a bravery bonus, which I have not been doing with this character at all. So there's no bravery bonus. Sometimes I have trouble seeing these methods. Like, where are you? I can hear these things more easily than I can see them sometimes. Hireling go? Is he stuck on something? Hello? Come join me. Because, yeah, you got like the better healing. I'd rather use her spell points than mine. Because if for some reason she died or something happened that I no longer had a hireling, I want to have as many spell points to use to heal myself as I can. Flesh Render Exterminator. I didn't see how much XP that was worth. That's why I had this tab created, so I can look it up. Oh, 0. It must be account-based. Monster Manual. She's really wasting those points now. She didn't need to use that. Thing was nearly dead. I'll use a Holy Smite. No, don't do that.
The soothing glow of this shrine fills you with
Have her
a
rest
sense of
again.
peace.
I think I will too. There are some quests, the difference between normal, hard, and elite is extremely different. The Temple of Elemental Evil is one of those. The the number of monsters that spawn differently between the two is just amazingly different. Lethally different. If you're doing it at level, it's like, wow. It's one of my favorite quests, Temple of Elemental Evil. I haven't purchased that pack yet. That was when I was VIP, I was playing it. I will be playing it again soon. I just got myself a bunch of turbine points. Get a bunch more packs that I don't have. Well, can't get a bunch more packs. I own most packs now. Where did he go? My spot really sucks with this character. It's like, I can hear him. I can hear the flap of the wings. A hireling is shooting at it. Her light spell. I couldn't see it. The first time, when they first came up with champions, I didn't know about their coming up with champions. And I stepped into play Irestone Inlet. And I was playing it at level on Elite. And I don't know if there was a glitch or if when they first... Hi, Young Flying Nikwa. I'm on Wayfinder server. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not sure if there was a glitch or if they later turned it down the percentage of how many champions should show up. But if you're familiar with Irestone Inlet, you come across camps where there's all sorts of mobs all at once. And one of the first ones I came across, not knowing what champions even were, I was just wondering, what are these crowns in these things, and why are there 5 of them? And, well, that quest is already considered like an extreme challenge to begin with. But I suddenly got swarmed by 5 of these things right off the bat. I was not ready for that. It was tough. I honestly don't remember whether or not I died or how that went. I just remember that the first time I encountered them, I encountered a whole lot of them at once. And didn't know what they were. I was confused by it. There's definitely more fire methods compared to normal. Now, one of the things that I've been doing is not repeating the same quest. And I've been going pretty well through quests, not needing to do that. On normal, first life, once through, not having to repeat quests, and I'm keeping my level progression pretty good. And I'm not needing, and I'm skipping a lot of the wilderness areas as well. So, and most, I mean not all, because I did go into Three Barrel Cove have a heyday with that. There's three champions here, lost champions. Um, don't feel as a free-to-play player that to go and get through all the way up to level 20 that you're going to have to repeat all your quests. Every single one of them, go hard, elite, um, all the way through, or anything like that, or repeating quests is not a mandatory thing.
The hero lies here in repose.
What I've been doing here is, I think, a good example of how that's not a requirement to get you through your first life. 6100 to show you the difference between normal and elite. There is an experience jump there. Had I been doing this on for the first time, and like in the day, I would have had 20% boost there. Had I had a bravery bonus going, there would be even more of a boost. So there's an incentive there that people feel makes it worth their while to do elite the first time. But it is more difficult. But don't feel obligated to do it. And don't feel obligated to run something that you're not capable of doing. I've got a lot of experience behind me and can solo quests. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm going to come across. I will still die sometimes, as I have in the stream. But if you're new to the game and you're having difficulty, is it because you're trying the quests on elite? Is it because you're trying them on hard? Ask yourself, what can you do differently to make the game fun for yourself? Because that's what it is. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. I think that they looked at it and designed it that running the quests on normal the first time through gives you what you need to get to level 20, and on your second life, like reincarnate from level 20 down to 1. Run your quests on your second life on normal, on hard, if you want, and that'll get you what you need. Flame touched iron Kopesh. Well, I don't like Kopesh's. If it was a bastard sword, I'd take it. Here's what I want to look at. Mage crafts. Resist, vitality. I'm going to take that one. Sorry, as I was saying. Yeah. Approach the game the way you want to approach it to have fun with it. Is the way I think of it. If you're trying to find a guild that fits with your needs. That's why I started the guild that I have on Kenneth's server. Fight for freedom. It's the freedom to play the way you want. When someone joins our guild, they say we got one rule: log in once every 6 months. Use the airship buffs as you feel. They're there for that, and that's what we are. It's like I tell people, if you want airship buffs and that's all you want from a guild is just to use the airship buffs, we're your guild. That's. I mean, if you're looking for a guild that's there to socialize with and run quests with, we're not that guild. That's. We don't really do that much as far as organizing, running guilds or guild runs for quests. We don't do that. We just recently upgraded to the largest airship in the game, and have almost every buff available on the airship. And it's cool to have that access, and to give that to people who want it. Who just want to be able to go on an airship, hit that buff bar, and then go and run with a random group and a pickup group, and and go and do what they want and just have fun with the game. And if you want to be in a guild that organizes stuff, that's available. Use your chat window. Use the general thing. Just be aware that if you're in the marketplace and you talk in the general chat, only people in the marketplace are going to hear you or see that. You have to go to the harbor if you want to talk in the harbor chat. You gotta move places. But I love this game, and I hope that if you're new and you've got questions, that you find the answers you're looking for simply by asking in the general chat. If you're on Canada server, look me up by Arnok or Lufana or Prexa. If you're here on Wayfinder, Shikaijo is the character that I use here. Although I'm not on Wayfinder very often. Monstrous is another character that I use on Wayfinder. Or message me. I mean, I have a thing on Twitter, Shikaijo on Twitter. But yeah, DDO Wiki's got lots of information. But I think at this point I'm just starting to babble and repeat myself. So, but the stream's done. No more quests for tonight. Thanks to all those who came out and said hello in the chat. And take care. And happy hunting. And I hope you all enjoyed your holiday weekend. Those of you who had one. Take care. Bye for now.